Hello again, friends and loyal Wolfpack members. Chaos Wolf here, and welcome back to the Elite Dangerous 1.5 beta server. Now, today we are going to be taking a look at this little... Again, I hesitate to use the word beauty, but this interesting little ship. There's been a lot of talk going around about this ship, and not a lot of it is in a positive light. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Keelback. It does, as it looks, to be a weaponized Type 6 transporter. It has some... Well, I've got to say, I do like the new engines on the back. I'm loving the new, more realistic-looking engines. We also have two retro thrusters on the sides, which look like at some point they will be animated so that they can actually basically angle up or down. I'm imagining mainly down from what it looks like, because these engines look like very similar ones to the Harrier jump jet. So I'm imagining that they're to aid in vertical takeoffs in gravity. But anyway, let's stop looking at the outside of this ship, even though it does have a very, very large, nice, open-spaced cockpit. But anyway, let's get inside and have a look around the cockpit from the inside. Okay, so here we are inside, and no surprises here. The cockpit is virtually a carbon copy of the Lakon Type 6, so there's no real big surprises in here. At least I don't remember any differences at all. The only other thing as well is looking around, and when I said carbon copy, it's they even carbon copied the system schematics over here because they still show a Lakon Type 6. So that's interesting, but I imagine at some point that's going to be changed. It's only a very minor thing anyway, so it's not a big issue, but it is a very big open cockpit, so it allows us a good field of view outside of the cockpit. But anyway, let's go into the shipyard and have a look at the stats of this ship. And this time, what we're going to be doing is having a look at it in relation to the Type 6. Okay, so here we have the stats for the Keelback. The top speed and the boost speed are in, well, basically, the top speed, cruising speed, is 202 meters per second, and the boost speed is 303 meters per second. Now, let's go and have a look at that in relation to the Type 6. Now, the top speed of the Type 6 normally is 223, so the Keelback is actually 21 meters per second slower, and 52 meters per second slower in the boost. So it's not as nippy as the Type 6 transporter, so you are having some trade-offs, and that is mainly in the top speed. Let's have a look as well. Maneuverability, 2 out of 10, in comparison to the normal 3 out of 10. So again, you're losing out on the maneuverability. Jump range, unladen, 10.94 light years. We don't really need to look at the laden because that's kind of unimportant at the moment because we're not going for a trade vessel as yet. Frame shift drive, unladen here is 12.39. So again, we are losing a little bit on the jump range. But let's go and have a look at the shields. Shields, 80. Armor, 198. Let's go and have a look at that in relation here. So we have got a little bit more shields and kind of a healthy amount more armor. But it's nothing really to be sneezed at. I mean, the Type 6 transporter will set you back 1.04 million. The Keelback will set you a 3.126 million. So that is, it's at least 3 times more expensive to buy a Keelback. You're going to be having a reduction in cargo space. You're going to be having a reduction in top speed and boost speed, as well as maneuverability and jump range. But what you are losing in that, you are gaining in armaments. Because the Type 6, the Keelback even, sorry, has 3 utility mounts, 2 small hard points, and an additional 2 medium hard points over the top of the Type 6. Now the internals aren't quite as good, because here we only have 2 Class 2, 2 Class 3, and 2 Class 5. So we are not able to get as much cargo into this ship as you would a Type 6. I mean, let's go and have a look at that. Here we go. Internals. 2 Class 2, 1 Class 3, 2 Class 4, and 2 Class 5. So you get a good amount more cargo inside this ship. I mean, it's not spectacular. I mean, I think you can get it to around about 104 tons of cargo. And I do believe that the maximum you can get out of this one, I think, is 88, although I'm not certain. We'll look into that a bit more in the A-rated video. But anyway, let's get out of here and let's go and have a look in the outfitting department. I mean, as we can see, we have the standard sweep of modules up the top, but then we have the customizable things down here at the bottom, the modules compartments down here. As you can see, we've got the 2 Class 5s, 2 Class 3s, and 2 Class 2s. But we are missing out on a few more things here from the Type 6, but oh well, that's not the biggest of issues. We have the lightweight alloys, so let's see what that would cost us. That would cost us 2.8 million to get the military grade if you ever wanted to get that one. The power plant, let's have a look. It's the standard A4 power plant, so that's going to be 1.6 million. Same for the thrusters and the frame shift drive, because they're all Class 4. The life support is going to be 20,000. And the power distributor is actually going to be setting you back 150,000 credits. The sensors is going to be 56,000 credits. And let's go and see what the best shields would cost us. The best shield generator would cost us 5.1 million credits. Because let's not forget that we can actually put this up to a Class 5 shield rather than the Class 3 that it starts with. So that would explain why the shields are so horrendous on this to begin with. So we can buff this up not just one class but 2 classes. So that'll be interesting to see how much shields we can get out of this. But anyway, let's go and have a look at the hardpoints. We have the standard 2 small hardpoint placements underneath the ship in the same place that you would find them on the Type 6. But we also have 2 ASP-style hardpoints on the top, which are both medium-sized, so that will give this ship a little bit more clout. And then we've also got the 3 utility mounts. I do like this one down here underneath, because this one seems like a good place to have a point defense unit if you're trying to avoid pirates. So I do like the idea that this one is fairly close to the cargo hatch. But anyway, let's go and mount some weapons on here. But let's go and mount one of these medium ones first, because I really want to see the animation of the weapon being fitted. Where are we? Now what we're going to go for, as usual, is one of the Gimballed multi-cannon. So let's buy that and see how that actually animates. Okay, so unlike the Asp, this one actually raises up from the bottom rather than actually sliding out. So that's very interesting. But anyway, what I'm going to go and do now is fill out the rest of these weapons in, well, basically it's my standard sweep of stock testing weapons, and then I will meet you outside for the maneuverability testing. Okay guys, so we're now outside to see how well this ship accelerates, decelerates, and moves around. So let's go and see how fast this ship accelerates from a standing start. That's not too bad at all, and we're capping out at just below our top speed. So let's also slow down, and I did notice something about when we were accelerating. It almost sounded like we were changing gears. I found that rather amusing. But anyway, let's go and see how well this thing actually slows to a stop. Now, it's not that bad at all, considering the size of the ship. And I have a feeling that the two big retro thrusters on either side of the ship really did help. But anyway, let's go and see how well this thing starts with a boost. Now that boost really did have a bit of a growl to it. But anyway, let's go and see how fast we can get with a boost. Okay, we capped out at around about 183. The advertised top speed of this is about 303. And we're getting closer to it. Let's see if we can actually hit it. No, I don't think we're going to. The maximum I've been able to get this to is 197, so let's just leave it at that. Let's slow down. And let's see how quickly this thing actually pitches. Now, for something that's supposedly 2 out of 10 maneuverability, this doesn't feel all that sluggish. Let's go and see how well it does in a boost turn. Well, we don't get to turn that fast in the boost, but we do not actually flip the ship either, so it has some decent maneuverability abilities. But anyway, that's enough for the testing. Let's go and see how well this thing does in some combat. Okay, so we found our first target. It's the only thing that I'm confident attempting to take on at the moment. And that's well, it may sound strange, but it's a Federal assault ship, but it's already being attacked, so I'm not going to be the only target. So as soon as his chaff clears... There we go, let's join in the fight. There we go, we have his shields down. Don't look at me. I'm not doing anything. Yeah, at the moment I really don't feel confident getting in front of these ships. Hello.
Under attack.
Case in points.
Taking damage.
So let's see if we can get this guy down as fast as possible, because without even trying, he took us down 40% of our hull.
Canopy compromised. Canopy integrity at 50%.
There we go, we got him down.
Destroyed.
Now let's get those shields back up. Because something else is getting attacked here. Oh, it's a Cobra. I'll just wait until we get our shields up. I think we really need that.
Shields online.
There we go. We at least have some illusion of safety now that we have our shields up. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if he decides to start focusing on us as well. But at least he's not looking at us at the moment, so let's try and get him back into view.
Target shields online.
No, you're not allowed to have shields up.
Target shields offline.
So let's just pepper him full of holes. Come on. At this range, chaff really doesn't make that much of a difference. There we go, that's him down. Now what else is there here? Well, I seem to have found someone to pick on that's more my size. So let's see how well it goes against these two little buzzing flies.
Target shields offline.
If I can't kill both of these, I'll be really ashamed. But either way, they've taken out my cannon. They've taken out my shields.
Canopy critical.
Come on, come on. No, I'm being outturned by a Sidewinder.
Target shields online. Under attack. Hull integrity critical.
Yeah. Yep, they've completely screwed me.
Cabin pressure alert. Eject.
Okay, well that was embarrassing. But let's go and see how well this thing docks, because I don't really want to talk about being killed by two Sidewinders. So, in comparison to any of the larger ships, getting through the mail slot is going to be absolutely no trouble whatsoever. There, we can see our docking pad, number 23. So let's drop our landing gear, drop our speed, and drop our altitude. We've overshot a little bit, but this ship's responsive enough at slower speeds to be able to put this thing down very easily.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Okay guys, let's get down into the hangar and see what I think about this ship when it's completely stock. Okay, so what do I think about the Keelback when it is completely stock? Now, when it's completely stock, I think it is a one hell of a fragile little ship. I mean, you saw it there. I was having to pick my fights so carefully in order to get any decent footage for the combat side of this ship. The main reason I think that is because we do, as stock, have a Class 3 shield generator. I mean, if we upgraded that to a Class 5, I have the feeling that this ship would be so much more durable. But then again, I do think that the role of this ship is not really going to be in combat. I do feel like this is actually going to be a really good armed trader, or maybe a armed scavenger, or maybe even a I don't know, maybe a somewhat a pirate ship as well. I mean, it has the potential. It doesn't have the speed, and it doesn't have the maneuverability, but if you're in a wing with a faster and more maneuverable ships, you can get a lot more cargo out of larger ships, and that will pay out really well. But I think that if I did have one of these ones myself, I would probably end up using it as an armed scavenger. Because I do get somewhat a Firefly feel from this ship, a little bit more than I do any of the others. I mean, she's not that pretty, but it looks like if you treat her right, she might be with you till the day you die. If that's combat, that's going to be very soon. But anyway, that's pretty much what I think about the Keelback, at least stock. We're going to go into it a little bit more in depth when we go and look at it fully A-rated. And as I do suspect, I do think this ship will get a hell of a lot better with some upgrades. But anyway guys, I hope this video has helped you decide whether or not the Keelback is worth the effort or not. If so, please do hit those big like and subscribe buttons, because they really do help my channel out. And I will see you soon. Remember, Commanders, I've been Commander Chaos Wolf, you've been epic. I will see you next time, and until then, keep flying and stay shiny.